Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, ghouls, and ghosts. I'm Drew.
And I'm Amy.
And welcome to the Séance Parlor. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Séance Parlor. Happy to have you tonight, and we are stepping into South Jersey tonight. And we're going deep into the Pine Barrens for the Jersey Devil. Very excited. I love talking about cryptids, so whenever we get to let loose the leash of mysterious beings, I'm always super excited. So we're going to be talking about that, but you all know what we got to do. Before we get into that, I got to keep you up to date on what is going on in the world of the strange and unexplained. And we actually have a handful of cool topics tonight, and some real recent stuff, as recent as breaking today, or at the time you're watching this, breaking a week ago. But we have some really cool stuff. So before we get into that, we'll get some quick business out of the way. If you're watching the show on YouTube and you are not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Helps the show a ton. So if you're on YouTube and you're checking it out, first off, thank you. Second of all, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and you'll get daily clips of different stuff from the show, all kinds of cool stuff. So go ahead and do that. And if you're listening on Spotify and you can't see our beautiful faces, then go ahead and follow the show. Make sure you're there so that you never miss an episode and that you get updated when we post new episodes. And if you are feeling extra generous and you want to take that extra step, go the extra mile, go ahead and leave a 5-star review on Spotify. It is the best way to help get the show found. It helps Spotify show the program to new listeners and new folks. So if you like what you hear and you're just feeling like, man, I got to do my one random act of kindness today, 5-star comment, 5-star review. That would be very much appreciated. But let's get all of that out of the way and dive into our paranormal news for tonight. So first and foremost, I got to get this stray hair out of my face. First and foremost, we are going to talk about what everyone is talking about in the world of the paranormal. There was some new information about Aaron Goodwin and the Aaron Goodwin case.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I need to know.
Absolutely. Yeah. So new details have arose about the plot to murder Ghost Adventure star Aaron Goodwin. So these new details are getting attention surrounding the absolutely insane murder for hire plot targeting Ghost Adventure star Aaron Goodwin. A&E recently updated its deep dive into the case, providing more detail around Aaron's then-wife, Victoria Goodwin's relationship with convicted murderer Grant Amato, which escalated into an actual plan to kill Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, if you weren't following this story and you're hearing this for the first time and you're like, what in the world are you talking about? Aaron Goodwin, best known, obviously, longtime investigator on Ghost Adventures. His wife, Victoria, was arrested in March of 2025, and investigators discovered that Victoria had been communicating with Grant Amato, who was already serving life in prison in Florida for murdering members of his own family. Prosecutors say those conversations eventually evolved into discussions about having Aaron killed. Yes. So authorities say Victoria provided information about where Aaron would be while filming Ghost Adventures. The alleged plan targeted Aaron while he was filming in California in October 2024. According to communications uncovered by investigators, Amato was apparently acting as an intermediary between Victoria and a supposed hitman. At one point, Victoria reportedly wanted confirmation about whether Aaron's killing had actually taken place, and for reasons that remain unclear, the murder never happened. Thank God.
Yeah.
We are huge Ghost Adventures fans, and we're pro Aaron people. This lady's insane.
Yeah.
And we're big pro Aaron people. So I'm sure you're wondering what happened to Victoria. Victoria ultimately pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder. A separate solicitation charge was dropped as part of her plea agreement, and in June 2025, she was sentenced to 36 to 90 months in prison.
Only?
That's it. Yeah. So apparently you can hire somebody to kill your husband. Don't take notes. And you're going away for a short stint, handful of years.
Yeah.
So 90 months is like
36
7
would
and a half,
be
7.5
years.
years.
Yeah.
7.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's for murder, like attempted murder. I feel like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know much about the justice system. So, Aaron attended Victoria's sentencing. He described how profoundly the situation affected his ability to trust other people. Sure, obviously. There's something surreal about that when you consider what he does for a living.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a guy who has spent years voluntarily walking into asylums, abandoned prisons, supposedly demon-infested buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the scariest situations he's ever encountered was literally living in his home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's super scary. So that is all of the new information that we have. So it wasn't like when I first saw headlines on this on social media, it made it sound like there was like some new breaking information.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't. The A&E deep dive that happened like almost a year ago now, I think. They just like kind of updated some of the information recently, and that's kind of what triggered like some of these new events. Yeah, I mean, this is terrible. Like, Aaron, I don't know. Obviously, we don't know the people in Ghost Adventures. If we knew the people in Ghost Adventures, we probably wouldn't be working full-time jobs while we're podcasting on the side.
Mm-hmm.
But he seems like a pretty genuine dude. Like, I follow him on social media. He loves his cats. He likes to cook.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know him personally, so I can't say like what motivations there were or there weren't.
Or if anything was going on at home, like
you
don't know. But
hiring someone to kill your husband seems crazy.
Yeah, if you don't want to be with your spouse anymore, just get a divorce.
Yeah,
don't try to hire someone to kill them.
We're definitely not advocating divorce. Work your problems out, but you are correct. Like, do not go to murder.
Yeah,
like,
don't result to murder.
Murder should be the last on the list, if on the list at all.
Can't leave it off. I'm just kidding.
Oh, a coconut cream?
Yeah.
Very nice. So I always am drinking from this cool Jason mug, but there is just a soda in here, a zero sugar soda, mind you, because I'm addicted. But the fun thing is Amy always fills it downstairs before we record, and I never know what's in it until I take the first sip. So I knew we were dealing with a dark brown liquid today, but I didn't know what kind. And those Dr. Pepper coconut creams are hitting this summer. Hannaford, get your act together and just have them all year round.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to our second headline of the evening. This one is sad. And this one happened today. So Chinese paranormal creator Zhang Xiaoro has died at only 24 years old.
Oh, no.
Zhang had built an enormous following on Douyin, which is essentially China's version of TikTok.
Okay.
Her content involved exploring abandoned buildings, investigating alleged paranormal activity, challenging folk beliefs, and attempting to debunk superstition. She reportedly amassed somewhere between like 1.3 and 1.5 million followers on Douyin. So in August 2025, Zhang filmed a very controversial video. She took a statue of, I may butcher this, I think it's Guanyin, an important Buddhist figure associated with like compassion and mercy. Zhang took a hammer to the statue as part of an anti-superstition challenge.
Okay.
She was deliberately challenging the belief that disrespecting or destroying the statue would result in some form of supernatural punishment. During the video, she reportedly even challenged viewers to see how long she would live afterward. So, fast forward, on July 15th, 2026, Zhang was traveling as a passenger in a rideshare vehicle from Guangxi toward Guangzhou. Again, maybe butchering that. The vehicle was involved in a serious accident. Zhang suffered catastrophic injuries and spent weeks receiving intensive medical treatment. On August 10th, 2026, Zhang died from those injuries at 24 years old.
That is really sad.
That is incredibly sad. And we're going to get through a couple things, but there are some disclaimers I want to make at the end of this. Following her death, the old statue video began circulating again online. And as you could imagine, in some of the worlds that we, involve ourselves in, people immediately began speculating whether Zhang's death could somehow be connected to what she had almost what she did like almost exactly a year prior. So a lot of people are saying, like, was it karma? Was it some kind of curse? I think people simply are connecting two completely unrelated events because the coincidence is very eerie. But it's important to note there is no evidence connecting the statue incident to the accident. Zhang's family has spoken out, and they have asked people to respect their privacy and just avoid spreading speculation surrounding her death. So, something like this happens. It is kind of in our world, like huge paranormal, I don't know if investigator is the right word, but, what she was doing, she was huge in that community, and especially in China. So, obviously we're super sad to hear what happened to her, but I do think it's important to say, like, there isn't any evidence that, it's not like she died like under some strange, mysterious circumstances. Unfortunately, she was in a horrific car accident that caused some serious injuries. But I will say the internet has definitely spiraled out and started to claim that, like, is something more supernatural happening here, which, I mean, personally, I don't mess with, like, rituals, challenges, like anything. Like, I'm not there to challenge anything. Like, we have done some investigating. We plan to do a lot more investigating. We'll talk about that soon. But I'm there to, like, literally observe and report. Like, I'm there to be there, to communicate, to have an experience, and to leave. Like, the destroying of statues, the rituals that you see some of these people doing, like and I don't want to put it down because we enjoy the content, but I'm not going to go challenge a demonic spirit or demonic location for like clout on the internet. Like, it's just not worth it to me. That being said, there are people that do it, and, like, maybe hypocritical. I consume the content. Like, I'll watch it all day long. I'm just like, that's not what I'm about when I'm out there. So I'm not saying there's not a place for it in the paranormal community. There absolutely is. And I'll be the first one to watch. But, I think what's happening here is people kind of connecting unrelated circumstances. So, here to say, like, condolences for Zhang and her family. It's a super sad time, but it is something that's buzzing in the paranormal world. And it does get people thinking, like, with what she did almost exactly a year later, specifically challenging, like, guess how long I'll live after I do something like this. It is a little spooky.
For sure. And I also think, like, car accidents are, like, a big, like, paranormal thing like that will happen. We saw it with Annabelle. And definitely in other stories as well. That's not the only one. So I can see why people would connect it. I can see why they would connect it just based on, like, the time frame being, like, almost a year. That being said, though, like, it was a whole year. I think if you could say if this happened like a week after she did that video,
right,
maybe there's more of a connection there, or just, like, a really big coincidence. But like you said, I kind of think it's just an unfortunate coincidence that both of those things occurred.
Absolutely. Had to be talked about. But condolences to Zhang and her family. Definitely just here kind of reporting what happened, and I do believe it's unrelated, but definitely a super sad story. So, moving right along, on a lighter note, most haunted star struggling to sell her allegedly haunted mansion.
Wait, like Most Haunted the show?
Most Haunted the show.
Is it Yvette?
It is Yvette.
Oh my god.
Yvette Fielding, longtime host of the British paranormal series Most Haunted, is reportedly having trouble selling her centuries-old Tudor mansion in Cheshire, England.
Because it's haunted?
The property was originally listed for 1.35 million euro. The asking price has reportedly already been reduced to approximately 300,000. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a million and change drop. And despite that substantial price cut, the house is still on the market.
Wow.
Yeah. There is, however, one interesting detail. Yvette has spent years publicly talking about the ghosts that allegedly live there. So shocker.
You just got to get the right buyers.
That's right. Yvette, drop that price a little bit more and give your boy a call. I can work from Cheshire. I don't know what the time difference is, but I can make it happen. And the content. I might not have to work anymore if we buy Yvette's house and then start making ghost content in the house.
Yeah, you could just rig it up like Paranormal Activity and you don't even have to like work for it.
That's it. We'll just live our normal lives and just catch it all on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get like Simply Safe and we'll just sponsor the show. We'll just set cameras up all over the house and we'll just, live stream our paranormal lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So this isn't exactly like, your average suburban home. It's a 16th century Tudor property. It is grade 2 listed. It has 5 bedrooms, roughly 3,800 square feet, around 1.5 acres of land, a private lake.
Wow.
A former hunting lodge, and even a minstrel gallery.
What's that?
Something fancy. Gotta cut that out. Basically, if someone told you this place was haunted, you'd probably believe them before you even walked through the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Yvette has previously talked publicly about several spirits allegedly inhabiting the property. One is supposedly a cavalier named Charles Deacon.
Ooh,
yes, Charles. Deacon is said to have been killed during the English Civil War. The house has also reportedly been associated with the spirits of 2 children known as Master Benjamin and Elizabeth.
Love that.
Yeah. Come on. Like, I want to buy it. I don't know if it's pounds or euros. I'm not familiar enough with Europe, but like, what's like 300,000 in euros or pounds converted to US right now? Like, I might be making an investment. I don't know. Keep it on the back of the mind. So Yvette has described some genuinely bizarre alleged activity inside the home. Chairs have reportedly been found stacked into pyramids. Yeah. How about that?
Creepy.
Yes. There have been other unexplained disturbances throughout the property, and perhaps most dramatically, Yvette has described a dining table violently moving across the room.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I'm starting to wonder. Now I'm starting to know why her property's not selling. Yvette eventually had the property spiritually blessed, and according to her, the house isn't haunted anymore. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Who are you kidding? Which creates a pretty amazing real estate pitch. Don't worry about all those stories I publicly told about the Civil War ghost and the 2 children. We fixed it, and they're gone. I don't know. Publicly knowing that the house is haunted, are you a buyer or like no? Like hypothetically, like is that going to steer you away? Is it going to attract you or indifferent? Just depends on the house.
I don't think I would want to live in a house like that.
Boo.
Like every day. But like buying it for some kind of like attraction or just like some place that people can come visit and investigate, or like turning it into like a haunted like Airbnb or something.
I'm honestly surprised that hasn't happened yet.
She
Not
should
the
honestly
haunted
just
Airbnb,
do that.
But like, no, I just like surprised like someone hasn't like. I mean,
someone in the paranormal community hasn't purchased it. How often
have we seen that? Somebody like in the paranormal community buy, and like, listen, I'm not taking a stance in the paranormal community, but how often are we seeing somebody buying a famously haunted property and then jacking the rates to privately rent it for investigation or for like overnights and things like that, and just like kind of taking advantage of the paranormal tourism market.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that that's not like, I'm not weighing in on that. That's a business decision. People do it. It happens in every line of work, in every field.
And there's different, some of, because we've looked into like a lot of the stuff, some of them you do, like if you don't have any ghost hunting equipment, like that's all provided. That's part of the price. That's part of the reason why the price is higher. So some of them,
they want to take somebody who's like, they want to take somebody who's never investigated, never done anything, and just say, like, just come, and like we'll provide everything, like, and have an experience. Afford them the
opportunity to be able to do that.
Take the cost of entry off the table. I mean, outside of the rental.
It's honestly, that is like a great thing to do.
Yeah, instead of like having to buy all that equipment or just go with
just
like
saying,
no
like,
equipment.
I can't go because I don't have anything to use.
Right. Yeah. Or just be there like relying on your senses, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I mean, a lot of like, investigating is just like trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, like your feelings when you walk into places. But equipment helps. It definitely helps kind of like verify what you're experiencing. Like when you have that feeling and then you're like, okay, cool, we recorded events across like multiple types of equipment, and now we can kind of narrow it down to like, we are communicating with something, we are experiencing something. So it's very interesting. But I agree with you. Like I as much as like I joke like let's buy it, like I think that the fact that someone in the paranormal community has, I mean, a 1.35 million whatever pound or euro property that is famously haunted, has been dropped down to like 300 grand. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised Zach Bagans hasn't jumped in there and bought it. That dude buys like everything haunted. But yeah, someone buy it and then rent it out for investigations, paranormal Airbnb, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Like let's make this place a place people can visit. Yeah, that'd be cool. Honestly, it's probably like not even just like the haunted aspect of it, but it's like you also got to like, it's still like a property, like haunted or not, you got to pay to upkeep a $1.35 million.
Maintain it. It sounds like it's like a big chunk of land. There's
it's only an acre and a half.
Acre and a half.
Acre and a half, but it's got like a lake. It's got a hunting lodge. It's got like all kinds of other like So super cool. And we love you that. How cool. Most Haunted is cool.
Yeah, that was like one of the first paranormal shows that I ever watched.
No way, really?
Yeah, me and my mom used to watch Most Haunted and Ghost Hunters was like the first ones that I've ever watched.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so that is it for the paranormal news segment. But before we turn it over to Amy, we have some news that we're super excited to share. Starting next month in September, we are going to start releasing some paranormal investigation content. Super exciting. So we have a couple things coming. We have investigated a local cemetery to us, Mountain View Cemetery. What I can say, very active. It was very cool. And we have some great content to bring to all of you. So keep your eyes out for that. We're going to be releasing that in September. Now, mind you, we do both work full time and we're parents, and this stuff takes time. So right now it's going to be like a once a month kind of thing. But to kind of tease what is coming up like on the immediate docket, the very famous, the very haunted, and the very abandoned Saratoga County Homestead. We have private access to that, and we are going to be investigating it, and we are going to be releasing that in October. So if that is something that you want to see these newbies into the investigation world step right off into the deep end and go to an abandoned tuberculosis sanatorium, keep your eyes peeled because we're going to be going.
And make sure you subscribe.
Yes, absolutely.
So you know when it comes out.
Yes. And following that, and where are we going after that?
Where are we going after that?
Yeah.
We are going to the one and only Lizzie Borden house.
Sharpen your axes, people. We're going to the Lizzie Borden house.
Yes, let's hope we make it out.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've also got a rental there. We're going to be investigating the basement. We didn't get the whole property, but basement, ground floor. We have access to all of that overnight. We're going to be investigating that as well. We're looking for more places to go. We are in like the upstate New York area. So if you know some cool places around like
New York, Massachusetts,
New England,
yeah.
feel free to drop them in the comments, shoot us a DM. But yeah, make sure you're following us on like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We post daily clips, but like we kind of post a lot of like what's coming on our socials. And with that new content coming, we all want you to be the first to know about it. And we're super excited to share this stuff with you. This is something, it's a passion project of Amy and ours, Amy and I's. We've always wanted to investigate. We've talked about how cool it would be for so long. And like right out of the gate, our first time really stepping, I mean, we've done ghost tours and we've checked out places, but the first time we went out on our own, activity all night. Yeah. It was so cool.
I wasn't expecting it.
No, not at all. So it was awesome. And we're so excited to share it with you guys. So we're editing that one up right now. And we got some other locations like on the docket over the next couple of months. So keep your eyes peeled and we're so excited to share all this with you. So with that being said, I have talked enough. Let's get into tonight's episode talking about the one, the only, the Jersey Devil. Amy, please tell the people what we're talking about.
What if an entire state had spent nearly 300 years warning people not to wander into one particular forest after dark? What if generations of hunters, police officers, pilots, and ordinary families all claimed they saw the same impossible creature? Tonight, we're heading deep into the Pine Barrens of southern New Jersey, a place so isolated it feels untouched by time. Somewhere between folklore and reality lives one of America's oldest monsters, the Jersey Devil.
The cryptid soundboard! Best Father's Day present ever. I was so excited to use this. What a great opening aim. This thing was cool. One more time for the people. Absolutely love it. Yeah, so the Jersey Devil, probably one of the most famous cryptids out there.
Yeah.
In the very spooky, the very strangely located Jersey Pine Barrens. You're talking about a place like adjacent to New York City. We're talking about a place like adjacent to the Jersey Shore.
Yeah. Philadelphia.
Jersey Shore, where are my fans at?
Yeah.
We will be watching the newest episode after we record this episode.
Yes, we will.
But like a seemingly odd place to have an expansive wilderness. Yeah. I think this story is so cool. I love watching content of people going to like investigate the Jersey Devil.
Oh my gosh. I don't just, the middle of the woods.
Yeah, the middle
at
of the
night
woods
is not for me.
What? Come on.
I don't think I'll be going to investigate the Jersey Devil.
You love to go camping.
Yeah, but I'm not like walking around in the pitch black in the middle of the forest at night. Like I'm just not gonna do it.
That's what I
will watch a scary movie while I'm staying home alone for a weekend by myself
crazy
at night, but I will not go out in the middle of the woods in the dark.
Yeah. Well, yet is the key word. We'll see. When we start running out of places to go for investigations because no one wants to let a bunch of schmoes like us in the door, we'll be running out into the middle of the woods looking for the Jersey Devil. Tell us a little bit about like where we are, when we are. I want to know, how did the legend start? Tell me about the origin of the beast.
All right. So right now we're just going to start with the Pine Barrens itself, which is a massive 1.1 million acre natural preserve.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
1.1 million acres?
Yeah, I think that's comparable to like the Adirondacks.
Wow.
Right?
And the Adirondacks are I don't know if it's comparable to the Adirondacks.
The bigger? The Adirondacks are big.
I don't know. I truly just don't know the numbers. But the Adirondacks, I think, is in like at least the top 5, if not like the top 3 largest national forests.
Yeah.
And I think primarily just because of the amount of wild land that it has.
Right.
So if it is comparable in size, that's a very impressive feat.
6.1 million acres.
Yeah, so not close.
So a fraction, but
yeah. Yeah.
but it's still very large.
Yeah, it's
very,
huge.
very large.
Yeah.
So it's a region of sandy soil, cedar swamps, bogs, pitch pines, abandoned industrial sites, narrow roads, and long stretches where settlements thin into the forest.
Ooh.
Historically, the pines supported industries like charcoal production, glassworks, cranberry farming,
Whoa.
and hunting. And the region itself, like we were talking about, seems so weird because it's close to such major cities like New York, Philadelphia. But when you walk into the Pine Barrens, it's large enough to feel like you've lost the modern world.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think one of the craziest things about the Pine Barrens, like in a like you're so close to so many densely populated area. I feel like that's the strange thing is like a lot of the times when you look at like a big national forest or something like that for miles and miles, like if like almost hundreds of miles, like you're coming in from like
you're driving
a
through
rural
nothing.
area until you get there. The fact that like adjacently located are major metropolitan cities, and then you have this like over 1,000,000-acre dense forest that like you could get lost in for like I don't know how, like, and that's a huge piece of land. Yeah, forever. I don't know why, because I don't know if that's what that's from, but like I just had Schmitty Werbenman Jensen in there.
It's from SpongeBob.
Yeah, he was number 1
when he's like, we'll be working together forever, forever, forever.
Yeah, so like you could get lost for like an insane amount of time, and it's I think that's just like the polarity of like being like I'm leaving New York City and then or I'm leaving Philadelphia or I'm even leaving like Jersey City and then I'm just getting completely like sucked into the wilderness. Yeah, super strange.
Yeah. They say the first people that lived in the Pine Barrens were the Lenape tribe.
Ooh.
So Native Americans.
Yeah.
And supposedly the Lenape tribe believed that there was a powerful spirit that lived in the woods called Missing.
Ooh.
And they said that it was a dragon-like creature with wings. So then in the 1600s is when settlers started to come into the Pine Barrens area. And they thought that the Lenape people were just being superstitious about this creature.
Dragon creature,
yes. But later, eventually settlements were formed, and the Lenape were forced out of the area, as it goes. Right?
Yeah, it's like the tale as old as time.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I didn't read that there was anything like necessarily like brutal or like negative or violent, so I can't say for sure.
I mean, negative in the fact that they like stole
were
their
forced
land,
out, but
like right, not like we came in
a lot
and
of
decimated
things
a tribe.
that we read are
100%. Yeah.
And later in the 18th century, people started leaving the Pine Barrens in masses, and the ones who stayed were called Pineys.
I've heard that used.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've heard it used pretty derogatorily.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of supposed to be like the backwoods.
Yeah.
And so then the Pineys began seeing the creature that the Lenape tried to warn them about.
Oh, no way. How about that? That's pretty creepy.
So, we're talking about where did the legend of the Jersey Devil really begin?
Yeah.
So that's going to be with our story of Mother Leeds.
Ooh,
so,
who's Mother Leeds?
So Mother Leeds, one night in 1735, a poor woman known as Mother Leeds finds that she's pregnant with her 13th child.
Oh boy.
She's exhausted, frightened, enraged
Yeah.
at another mouth to feed. This is the 1700s.
It's older than America.
Yeah. And she cries out that this child might as well be the devil.
Oh.
And when the infant is born, it's said to have been born human. And then
I would hope.
Well, then it changes in front of her eyes.
What?
So they say that its head stretches to what is described as a horse or a goat. Hooves replaced its feet, wings tore from its back, claws and horns, and a forked tail all appeared.
Shut up.
And the baby devil creature flies up the chimney and disappears into the Pine Barrens.
It just reverse Santa'd into the Pine Barrens? Like,
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yes.
I love that story.
So obviously none of this story can be proven.
Of course.
And there are no records of a demonic birth.
Yeah.
However, there is an actual Leeds family that was located in the area.
Okay.
Obviously, there's no records that they are connected, but that's
Sure.
kind of where our legend of the Jersey Devil comes
That's
from.
like honestly one of the best cryptid origin
Yeah.
stories I have ever heard.
She kind of like cursed her own child,
Yeah.
basically.
She Rosemary's babied herself.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There we go. Yeah.
Whoa.
So we
Flying
have
out the chimney is classic. Like I love that.
right?
Yeah.
So we have the real Leeds family.
Okay.
So we have Daniel Leeds, and he created what's called the Leeds Almanac.
Okay. What is that?
Like an almanac.
Oh, like a farmer's almanac kind of deal.
Mhm.
But it was the Leeds almanac because it's his.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
And one of his earliest controversies grew from his almanac's use of astrological symbols and language.
So when is this?
So this is the 1700s. So he's part of like a Quaker community.
Oh, people hate the stars.
So they do not like that at all.
Yeah, 100%.
So-
That might as well be witchcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were not cool of that with that. So in their community, the Quaker community, it was called the members of it was the Society of Friends is like what their little that sounds very
Ooh,
coldish.
It sounds just like stupid. Like, just what a bad name.
Lame.
Yeah. This is me and my society of friends.
Yeah.
We're cool and we like cool stuff, except we hate the stars.
Yeah. So members of the Society of Friends objected to the material that he was printing because they considered it pagan, improper, and spiritually dangerous.
Like I said, he's performing witchcraft.
Right. And at first he apologizes, but eventually the conflict comes to a head and Leeds breaks away from the Quaker community.
Good for him. Get out of
But
that cult.
he doesn't just leave. He breaks away from the Quaker community,
Yeah.
but he's like aggressively like fighting against them now.
Oh, heck yeah.
Like, you hate me?
Yeah.
Okay, I hate you too
so much
now.
more.
Yeah.
And guess what? I love the stars.
Exactly.
And they've yielded me the best crops you could possibly imagine.
Yeah. And what happens is basically a pamphlet war breaks out. I mean,
Excuse me?
we didn't have Twitter in these days,
Yeah.
people.
They went full Jehovah on
Yeah.
on the community.
So Leeds is attacking Quaker
Do you have a
theology.
main moment to hear about our worst enemy, Daniel Leeds, and his star almanac?
Right. Talking about the constellations.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I have some cool reading material in my wagon.
Yeah. So this pamphlet war is basically Leeds pamphlet
War is
war.
crazy.
It's basically Leeds attacking Quaker theology and the Quakers attacking his character and ideas. One of the anti-Leeds titles in one of their little pamphlets called him Satan's Harbinger.
Love that. They're going at him.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
This was a slander campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he also then starts to like politically go against the community as well.
Heck yeah.
And over the years he became branded as, get this, an astronomer.
Oh my
How
goodness,
dare he?
How dare he?
And
This fool's looking at the stars.
Yeah.
Get him out of
Right?
here. Can't be trusted. Witch.
Yeah. An apostate,
Mm.
a propagandist,
Ugh.
and a servant of hostile power.
Yuck.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
dare he?
Disgusting.
Yeah. So he just like, I don't know. I just feel like it would be so funny to see. I also feel like he would thrive in today's society.
Yeah.
He would love
Yeah.
he would love Twitter.
Yeah, he would love Twitter. He would love Twitter. I also feel like we were just in Maine, and Maine runs aggressive slander campaigns for their local government elections.
Oh my God, he'd be all over
It
that.
was insane. Like, yeah, and it sounds like our boy Daniel should run for office.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he kind of spent his whole life doing that, just becoming basically like the Quakers' enemy.
He waged war against the Quakers for the rest of his life.
And eventually,
everybody needs a mission. Everybody has a calling, and Daniel found his.
Yeah. But when he died, his son Titan continued the Leeds Almanac.
Sick name.
Yeah. And eventually, he became a rival of the one and only Benjamin Franklin.
What?
Yeah, and his Poor Richard's Almanac.
Dare we say a celeb sighting? Got Benny Franks in here.
Oh, yeah. So now we have Titan and Ben Franklin going at it because now they're fighting because they have competing almanacs.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to get another pamphlet war?
Kind of.
No way.
So Franklin decides to take a satirical approach to his feud with Titan. And what he does is he like prints something that predicts his death. Predicts Titan's death.
Yeah.
Like at a specific day, time, year. So he says that he would die on October 17th, 1733.
Okay.
And when he obviously does not die on that day,
Right.
Titan publicly attacks Franklin, calling him a fool and a liar.
Yeah.
And Franklin responds...
Let me guess, he's just like, it's exactly what a dead man would say. No way.
So Franklin responds by saying that the real Titan must be dead and that the person in front of him must be an imposter or a ghost.
I've never loved Benjamin Franklin more in my life.
Yeah. So he basically is just like, I don't know. He just thinks, I think he just thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
He's like just poking
trolling
fun at him.
him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Titan he doesn't like that.
Of course he doesn't, but that's hilarious.
Right. But what they say is historians say that Franklin's mockery kind of helped reinforce the occult and the ghostly associations surrounding the Leeds name, especially with like Daniel kind of being like
yeah.
to
Like an
the Quaker
outcast,
people kind of like a devil
for
or
sure.
you know someone doing those things. So that's kind of how this whole like devil persona kind of got put on. If you look up the Jersey Devil, sometimes they will refer to it as the Leeds Devil.
Oh, no way.
And that's kind of why, from like the story of Mother Leeds and then the story of the real Daniel Leeds and Titan, and you know, just kind of all of that stuff going on.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin Franklin being incredibly petty and trolling is
I know.
like I love
I
that.
love that. He seems like he might have been maybe a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. I feel like we would have loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so funny.
It is. At some point, the Leeds family symbolic devil transformed into a literal creature.
Whoa.
Early on, the Jersey Devil was actually referred to as the Leeds Devil.
Yep.
And by the 19th century, travelers and writers were recording the Pine Barrens tales involving witches, devils, apparitions, strange animals, and supernatural danger.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And eventually the monster did become detached from the Leeds family and just became known as the Jersey Devil.
Okay. So the Leeds like fame, I don't want to say fame, but like the Leeds like involvement with the tale kind of slowly dissipated like over time.
So yeah, if you're kind of following it, it would have started like the Lenape called him Masing.
Yep.
Which then kind of turned into the Leeds Devil.
Yep.
And then became known as the Jersey Devil.
Yeah. And it's gone from like a dragon-like creature to like this like horse-faced, bat-winged, hooved like monstrosity.
Yeah, so
Well, and in between was the infant son of Mother Leeds.
that's how he was born.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he probably like grew up.
But Masing would have been born before that. Maybe like a reincarnation.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or like a vessel.
Yeah.
Like maybe it was like more like a spiritual thing, and now it has like a vessel to go into.
Yeah, it could have been.
Type of thing.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the Jersey Devil is described as having a horse or goat-like head, a long neck, leathery bat-like wings, large clawed front limbs, thin hind legs with hooves. And sometimes they're described as like crane legs.
Yeah, I've heard that. Or like kangaroo legs. I've heard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Horns, tail, glowing eyes, and a scream unlike any known animal.
Yeah. Hit him with it. Gotta use it. And they said the tail's forked too, which is like a clear sign of the devil. Yeah.
Some witnesses describe the creature at about 3 to 4 feet tall, while others describe it as human size or larger.
Oh, okay.
So not necessarily like gigantic.
Yeah, I feel like when you hear the word cryptid, you just immediately think of something like 10 feet tall.
Yeah. Or like the size of a dragon. Like something gigantic like that.
I feel like 3 feet tall would be hilarious because it would just be like a mini horse.
Oh my God.
Little
cute.
Sebastian.
Its movements have been described as kind of inconsistent. Some people say they see it flying. Some say they see it gliding, like jumping like a kangaroo, running on 2 legs, moving on all 4 legs.
What you described, running on 2 legs, would be pure nightmare fuel.
And they say that it can clear fences and land on rooftops.
Whoa.
And it may attack livestock, chase vehicles, frighten travelers, predict disaster.
Whoa.
Or merely just watch.
It's been hanging out with the Mothman.
Maybe.
Yeah, you never know.
And so we have our first sighting of the Jersey Devil.
Okay.
Our first recorded sighting. So that's going to be Stephen Decatur. And he's a famous U.S. Navy officer, basically like a national hero.
Whoa.
He was known for his raid on the harbor of Tripoli and winning naval battles in the War of 1812.
Okay.
And he became the youngest captain in the American Navy. I think he was like early 20s.
Oh, wow.
Maybe. Yeah, he was very, very young.
Yeah.
And it's said that Decatur visited Hanover Mill Works in New Jersey's Pine Barrens to inspect cannonball production.
Ooh, okay.
And while he was there, he reportedly saw a flying bat-winged creature.
Whoa.
And he fired a cannonball directly at it.
No way.
And it's said that the cannonball shot straight through the creature's wing to no effect.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So our guy, not only the first sighting, apparently shot the Jersey Devil with a cannonball.
Yeah.
But it somehow
but nothing happened.
Or it like phased through it or whatever. Yeah. Because I feel like you're not getting hit with a cannonball to no effect.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And I would say that he seems like he'd probably be a pretty reliable guy. Like
maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's a naval captain. He's the youngest naval captain in history at that time. But it is also the 1800s. So I don't know. I truly could not comment on his reliability, but he says he shot the Jersey Devil with a cannonball.
He does.
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
That's so crazy.
I know. And our next sighting is going to come from Joseph Bonaparte.
Excuse me?
Yeah. So that would be the brother of the one and only Napoleon Bonaparte.
Dare we say, another celeb sighting.
Number 2. I don't think we've had 2 in one episode.
We have not had 2 in an episode. This is a first.
That's crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it here first. We have our second celeb sighting. And they're both historical figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Joseph Bonaparte was the former king of Spain, and he fled Europe after the fall of Napoleon. And he moved into a large estate in New Jersey called Point Breeze in Bordentown along the Delaware River.
I love that. Point Breeze.
Yeah.
Very regal.
Very regal. And he allegedly saw an extraordinary winged animal when he was out hunting one day.
Ooh. Did he shoot it as well?
I don't think so.
Okay. He was just shocked and awed by. Yeah.
He just saw it flying.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a lot of these accounts aren't really of like anything happening. Like people just kind of seeing it. Kind of more like a Bigfoot sighting.
Right.
It's like people just kind of say
it's
they
not an
see
interaction.
It
it's just a sighting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder where like the predicts the future comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't do a ton of research. But
I didn't see anything for the Jersey Devil on predicting the future.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you had said earlier that like there were like reports that,
like comes before like a disastrous event, kind of like Mothman.
Right, kind of like Mothman, but I
didn't read anything like a specific example
Right.
of that, but maybe it could just be like the fact that like their industry kind of collapsed.
Yeah.
And like
and before like we kind of get to like our opinions and like like where we stand and stuff, like I feel like with cryptid sightings specifically, or just like happenings around cryptid sightings, you always get like a lot of suggestion where like people are like, oh, like a lot of people were seeing this thing and then something totally unrelated happened, but it happened because of like, this.
Is that what they call like confirmation bias?
Confirmation
is like
bias,
when after the fact you're looking back on it and being like, oh, well, it
you're
could
connecting
be connected.
dots
because it happened after the fact.
Exactly right. Yep.
All right. So before we were in the 1700s, and now we're gonna move into the 1800s.
Okay.
So in the 1840s, farmers around the Pine Barrens started reporting mysteriously murdered farm animals.
Oh, that's so classic cryptid activity. Yep.
Raided chicken coops and strange, unidentifiable hoof prints in the snow.
Ooh.
This was followed by the sightings in communities across South Jersey. Some of these accounts claim the devil carried off animals or appeared before wars or disaster.
That's got to be, kind of like what we were talking about, like that's got to be where like the confirmation bias kind of stuff, where they're like, oh, like right before that terrible thing happened, we saw the Jersey Devil.
Right. Mm-hmm. And between 1859 and 1894, sightings and losses of livestock and poultry were documented in towns like Haddonfield, Bridgeton, Smithville, and Leeds Point.
Ooh.
And in 1909, there was the week the devil took over.
Whoa, what do you mean?
Yeah, so January 1909, during a single week, newspapers in New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, and more surrounding areas were reporting strange attacks and creature encounters in a widening area, like around the Pine Barrens.
Oh, okay.
One of the most
famous...
All
of them were reporting this at the same time?
In the same week.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What was going on, like, what was going on in the Pine Barrens? Like,
I don't know.
Stirred up the devil.
I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the most famous accounts from that week is from Nelson Evans and his wife in Gloucester City. And we'll go over that because I'm going to kind of go over our timeline here. So I have like a daily breakdown during the week of things that were happening.
All right.
So we're starting on the 16th, which is Saturday.
Okay.
The devil was sighted flying over Woodbury. Sunday, the 17th. Reports in Bristol, Pennsylvania, where several people saw the creature and tracks were found in the snow. So the 18th on Monday, people say they found hoof-like prints in their yards, roads, and roofs. And these reports emphasized impossible continuity, like the tracks seemed to cross fences, climb structures, and began or stopped, like the creature that had left them could either fly or materialize and disappear out of thin air.
Whoa. Climb structures is crazy because it said that it has hooves, and it's like, could you imagine like tracking hoof prints like up to like through like the snow, like up to the side of your house, and you're like, they go up the side of the house,
right?
Like that's insane.
Yeah. The 19th Tuesday is Nelson Evans and his wife of Gloucester found the devil outside their window at 2:30 a.m. They described it as having a horse-like face, long neck, short wings, thin hind legs, and hooves.
That's the exact description of the Jersey Devil.
And they just watched it. Nothing happened. They just saw it outside their window.
Yeah, they just gazed upon it.
For like a couple minutes.
Wow.
The 20th, which was a Wednesday, in Haddonfield and Collingswood, posses were formed to find the devil. They watched him fly off towards Moorestown, where he was later sighted by at least 2 people.
Okay.
The 21st, which is Thursday, the devil attacked a trolley car in Haddon Heights, but was chased off. Several poultry farmers found their chickens dead.
Yeah.
A telegraph worker near Atlantic City claimed to have shot the devil and watched him limp off into the woods.
Oh.
The devil prepared to attack nearby people who threw whatever they could find at it. Right as he was about to strike, he flew away.
Whoa. These are like some really public sightings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And later he emerged in Camden and injured a dog, ripping a chunk of flesh as the dog's horrified owner watched. And this is the first devil attack on a living creature that was witnessed.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. And the 22nd...
What about like when he attacked those people?
They didn't see... Well, they said like an animal.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Like, because before there was reportings of like the livestock being murdered and like chickens, like the chicken coops being raided,
Yeah,
but no
you-
one saw that.
What did you say, like 2 comments before?
Well, people were like he didn't attack anyone. They were
Okay.
like going to attack it, kind of like what I'm picturing is like everyone with their pitchforks and torches,
Okay,
like going
gotcha. Maybe
after
I just
it, and
misheard
he was
you
gonna,
thinking,
and
like,
then
he
he
attacked
flew
someone.
away.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
he was ready to attack them, and then he flew away.
Yeah, and then they ganged up on him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the 22nd, Friday, the last day of sightings. By now, many towns were in a panic, with businesses and schools closed for fear of the creature. It was, however, only seen a few times that day and did not attack anything or anyone. And that was the end of the week the devil took over.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like
Mhm.
all of those sightings packed into that time frame, and especially like around like, I mean, like Gloucester, I believe, is in New Jersey. There was Pennsylvania was
Mhm.
in there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of the areas were like in New York, but I know you had said that
I
like
think
there
Connecticut, maybe some, like Camden. I feel like that might be
Camden's New
Connecticut.
Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But
Mhm.
like widespread too. Like
Mhm.
like and for a week that's like
Right,
a lot of
not
movement.
just like one
Yeah.
condensed area, like inside or outside of the Pine Barrens. It was literally all over.
Yeah.
And the one
Like the tri-state area.
report they were saying like people watched it fly away towards Mooresville, and then there were 2 sightings in Mooresville
Right.
like later that day.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
This thing's mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like proof that, I don't know, proof that maybe that first sighting was true.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
It's hard to say like group delusion or like anything like that when it's like spread out across like such a large
Mhm.
geographic
Right.
area. It's like
Mhm.
if it was all if all the reports were coming from like one small town right outside the Pine Barrens, it'd be like maybe like we're just feeding into the legend a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But like when it's coming from like a widespread geographic area like that, it's like how would somebody in inside of a week, how would somebody like in like New Jersey be influencing somebody in Philadelphia, be influencing somebody in New York, be influencing
Right.
somebody in Connecticut? Like that would the odds of that, or especially at that time, like you don't have the internet, you don't have phones,
Right. There's
like
no telephones, texting.
Yeah.
There's no instant communication.
yeah, nothing's getting reported on like the news on like radio or TV, like
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because that's totally different than like our Mothman like encounters, where that was just kind of like a condensed community where that whole like group delusion thing like was a real theory, especially when everyone kind of went out into the TNT area to like find it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they were with that. That's one of my favorite parts of the Mothman. Is
Yeah.
like everybody in West Virginia was just like, we're gonna hunt it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kill it. Yeah, that's pretty freaky. Like when you look at like, and I've said it like on most of the episodes that we do, but like whenever we see like group reportings that are all kind of lining up, and especially in something like this where like they're coming from like a tri-state like footprint, it's like, man, that's hard to coordinate a false effort like that. You know, it starts to lead to believe like people are seeing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So reports continue after 1909, but nothing matched that wave of sightings from the week.
From the week the devil.
The week the devil took over.
Mm-hmm.
In 1925, a farmer shot an unidentified animal they believed to be the devil. In 1937, a red-eyed creature was reported in Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
Over the years, motorists have reported seeing winged shapes. There have been reports of unexplained screams near the Pine Barrens.
Ooh, freaky.
Yeah, and
that can always like not to like poo-poo that idea right away, but like
could be anything.
It could be anything, especially like fox. Like they like when they like I don't even want to say like cry, but like yell essentially, like especially at night. Yeah. Like it just sounds like a person in distress, like screaming.
Yeah, and like I mean, I know coyotes kind of do too. I know they usually like do that in groups, but if there was just one, that could sound
like
weird.
Yelp and holler.
You don't
like
know what like
kinda...
a deer would sound like if it was in pain or
don't
like
they just
hurt.
Sound like...
I don't know. Like you know, there's definitely things that could be people that never heard like a loon or something before. Like that's kind of creepy at night when you're like camping.
Sound.
Yeah. But if you never heard it before, you'd be like, what is that?
I always think of that Family Guy episode where like they like Quagmire has like Meg at her cabin, and like even though they're like furious and like storming out, he's like, "Can you sign the guest book?" And she's like, "We heard a loon."
Yeah. There's also occasional photo evidence. In 2015, there was a famous photo taken by Dave Black.
No way.
He was driving past a golf course on Route 9 in Galloway when he says he saw the devil. Black described what he saw as a mammal about the size of a deer that could fly. After he saw it, it grew leathery wings and flew away. Some people discredit this photo, saying it looks like some kind of taxidermy or stuffed animal. Like that was tossed into the air.
I've seen this photo before. Yeah. It's so crazy looking. It looks so unnatural, like the way
it looks like Jake when we try and hold him for a family picture.
Stuffed animal. Full dead fish. Yeah.
Like straight legs, straight body.
Yeah. That's a hilarious photo. Maybe I'll throw that up on the screen.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
So people say that could just be some kind of like stuffed animal that someone like tossed up into the air and took a picture.
It's so silly looking.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be here.
Do my best, Vanna.
Yeah. I'm not attractive enough to be Vanna, though. I would look terrible in a glittery dress.
All right, so that kind of sums up like the legend, the lore, the sightings of the Jersey Devil.
It's funny, like, you know, obviously as like a cryptid lover, like I knew of the Jersey Devil. I hear a lot more about like people going to investigate it and like, you know, some of like the like, but like really like not, I don't want to say there's not a lot there. There is a lot there. There's like a ton of like historical tie-in.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting that like, it's like, it almost just feels like it's like, I'm just chilling in the Pine Barrens. Like, please just leave me alone.
Yeah, like I said, kind of like a Bigfoot. Like, he's elusive. He's just walking around. He's just living his life. And sometimes people just happen to catch a glimpse.
Right. Like, when he's seen, it's not usually because, like, he's out, like, doing something crazy. Right. It's just, like, you know, like, the Mothman, like, there's, like, stories like he's, like, chasing people down and whatever. Now, he never did anything violent, but, like, he
but
like
still it scared people
interacted with the people that like saw him and like the Jersey Devil is kind of much more like you just kind of caught a glimpse of me in my natural habitat. Except for when he like fully Rosemary babied Mother Leeds and like
Yeah.
then she flew out of the chimney.
I mean, she did that to herself. He's
Yeah.
probably like, perfect opportunity.
I had heard like a vague version of that
Mm-hmm.
story before where he like attacked and like killed everyone in the room. Like,
Yeah,
but
there's
her,
like a version where there's like midwives
yeah,
and
there
like a
were midwives, yeah,
in the room, and
and
yeah,
the
that
bloodthirsty
happened.
transformation of the Jersey Devil. But like it
Yeah.
almost feels like they're like spinning out like a werewolf style, like almost like vampiric style, like
Mhm.
transformation sequence, and
Yeah.
it's like I don't know, like to me that's just like that is oral history changing over time at its finest.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of like they wanted like an origin story.
Yeah, yeah. It's like okay, like somebody told the story of like Mother Leeds had this baby that was like an agony to have,
Mhm.
and it was her 13th, and like who
Yeah.
knows if she even wanted another one. To like, you know, then like a story of like she like promised it to the devil and like, you
Mhm.
know, and then that had its own consequences.
Yeah.
And then you get like all the way to like this monstrous baby transformed into the devil, killed
Mhm.
everyone in the
Right
room.
before
And
our eyes.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it's just like it's that game of telephone over, you know, however many hundreds of years. It was like 17, what, like 30 something, or yeah.
Yep. And then it's just kind of like, you know, they picked a name of a controversial family.
Yeah.
Like from that time period.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, there could be legitimacy to like
Yeah.
her having a baby at that time,
Right.
and then just, you know,
right, like we don't know that this person ever existed. Mother Leeds. I mean, obviously there's a Leeds family, so there would have been
right.
other members of that family. So there would have been a woman with that last name.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's totally possible. Maybe not the part where the baby transformed into a devil and
Yeah.
flew off, but
Yeah. Flew out the chimney.
yeah. Well, that was kind of perfect because I was going to talk about our paranormal theories, Mother Leeds being the first one.
Yeah. Yep.
The others. So, cryptid researchers suggest the creature could be an undiscovered, highly adapted marsupial carnivore or prehistoric animal that survived, or like a dinosaur, like something of that nature that ended up surviving.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's almost easier for me to believe the Mother Leeds
The devil
story
baby,
than
yeah.
the fact that there's
Yep.
just like a dinosaur that survived the asteroid.
Right. Yeah, and that theory is that this creature is just using the expanse of the Pine Barrens to hide from people.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That one's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of trying to put like the scientific, like
Yeah, someone's looking
what's the
for
scientific explanation?
rationale
Yeah.
hard.
Mhm.
Yep.
Researchers have also drawn parallels between the Jersey Devil phenomena and high strangeness hotspots like Skinwalker Ranch. They theorize that the devil is an interdimensional or extraterrestrial entity that can materialize in our dimension.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty like go-to
Yeah.
thought for a lot of like cryptids is that
Mhm.
they're somehow like walk-ins or like
Mhm.
interdimensional
Yeah.
beings like that, you know, like
Yeah.
they're like they just kind of somehow shifted into our plane
Yeah.
and
I think it's because of the elusiveness.
yeah.
Like 1 second people see this Jersey Devil, the
Yeah.
next second it's gone. Where did it go? People see
Into the
Bigfoot.
1.5 million acres
Yeah.
of land in the Pine Barrens.
Right. Or
Yeah.
like people see Bigfoot casually walking by and then they can't find him. Like, where did he go?
Hide and seek champ.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the
exactly.
hide and seek champ if you couldn't hide.
Well, if you can walk through portals, obviously you're going to be the hide and seek champ.
That's true. That is true.
There is one ghost story that I found about the
Ooh.
Pine Barrens, though, and that's called the Atco Ghost.
Yeah, let's hear it. I
Yeah.
love a ghost story.
So stories say that the devil isn't the only thing lurking in the Pine Barrens. The legend of the Atco Ghost centers around Burnt Mills Road near Atco. According to the story, a young boy was killed by a hit-and-run driver while retrieving a ball. The haunting reportedly involves seeing the boy along the road, sometimes appearing with his ball. Some versions say people deliberately stop, turn off their car, and eventually see the apparition approach them. And then we also have Joe Moliner, who's the Dancing Bandit.
Ooh,
And he's a Revolutionary War outlaw whose ghost allegedly wanders local riverbanks and old taverns.
that's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have Bloody John Bacon, a vicious loyalist
What?
killer from the Revolution whose vengeful spirit reportedly haunts his execution and burial regions
Yeah,
in the area.
he's got a hell of a name.
Yeah. Kind of like the Bloody Baron.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
love a ghost story.
Mhm.
The like haunted apparitions like along like an old like I don't want to say like an old like hidden road or something like
Oh yeah, or
that.
like a hitchhiker
Yeah,
ghost.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like those are
Yikes.
very
Yeah.
common and very spooky.
Mhm.
You know, like an old Revolutionary War era person, like
Mhm.
lurking along like the banks of a stream or something like
Yeah.
that. Just imagine like you're camping down in the Pine Barrens. You go down to like the stream and you see like a faint apparition on the other side, just like
Mhm.
sitting or wandering. I mean, it's super spooky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, those are interesting. And then you
Mhm.
got what it is, bloody bacon,
Bloody bacon.
bloody bacon.
Yeah. So I guess that kind of is a good transition to our skeptical explanations.
Okay, yeah,
All
let's
right.
hear
So
'em.
what are those? What are those?
What are those?
So
Apparently like flying taxidermy puppet.
yeah, number one.
Number one.
So misidentified animals, and who do you think is our number one culprit?
Ooh, I don't know.
The sandhill crane.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yep.
Everybody thinks every cryptid they see is just a big ass bird.
Yeah. Like it's not the sandhill crane. We all know what birds look like.
I've
Please and
also
thank you.
I've been to Yellowstone where there are sandhill cranes and I've seen them in person and they're not gigantic.
Yeah. I mean, they
Like
say they have like a large wingspan, but they're like skinny,
I
tall
promise
birds.
I promise you would not mistake like if we go back to like Mothman,
Yeah.
Mothman's often described as 7 to 10 feet
Right.
tall. You are not mistaking a crane for a 7 to 10 foot tall winged humanoid creature.
Right.
Yeah, just not happening.
No. What else?
I feel like that's the classic like police or like trooper get you to go away answer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
They also say it could be a great horned owl, deer, black bears, or escaped exotic animals.
Yeah. Yeah. Escaped exotic animals is crazy.
There is a zoo near the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
We stopped at it when
There
we went.
aren't any winged horses in there.
I mean, there's exotic animals.
How exotic do they keep the animals at the Jersey Shore?
I don't know. I've been there, but
Have you really? To the
yeah,
zoo
we
there?
stopped there on our way to like our senior trip in high school was in Wildwood. And
Crazy.
we stopped at the zoo like on the way there.
Yeah. We
So-
moved into your school district where they send children to Wildwood on their senior trip.
And they get mugged.
Yeah. That's wild. That's Wildwood. We went to Disney like a normal school.
They wanted to do that at first, and then it was going to be too much money for people.
You guys didn't sell enough candy
We're a little
bars.
small over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't give us a chance to sell candy bars. They poo-pooed that.
They didn't let you fundraise for it?
Whatever fundraising had already been done, like the cost would have been, they said, would be too high for some people.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And that's how you ended up going to the zoo in Wildwood.
Yeah. In some dilapidated motel.
Yeah.
Our shower didn't even work. I was like kneeling in the bathtub, like washing my hair under the faucet.
I would have just not gone. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Someone got mugged and it was a whole thing.
Yeah,
so.
you were in Wildwood. It's not like a fun place.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
All right. So after misidentified animals, mass hysteria. We kind of
Always.
already
It's
talked about that.
always that,
Yeah,
yeah.
especially with the week in 1909.
Yeah.
Kind of going along with that, newspaper sensationalism.
Yep.
People seeing those reports in the newspaper during the week. Now all of a sudden they see the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, just so widespread. Like people in New York aren't getting like the Philadelphia Inquirer.
Right.
Yeah.
And especially like back then, it's not like you can just look it up. Like
Right.
if you were interested in that news, like you can't just look it up or
Yeah.
yeah. Doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So the last thing is hoaxes. They say that maybe people made fake tracks with carved wooden.
Jake.
Poor Jake.
Is your
Bonked
head
little
okay, dude?
head.
You
Aw,
smacked that
you
microphone.
bonked your little peeper.
Oh, Jakey.
All right. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So they say that people maybe made fake tracks with carved wooden hooves.
Maybe.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, people do stuff like that, so like it's not like
Yeah.
totally out of the question. Like they're like you look at lots of like crop circle like stories, and it's like the people that like go out with like. You ever seen the wooden plank contraptions that they use
With like the rope and they just like stomp it with their foot.
Yeah, to make like those like perfect
Yeah.
like bends in like the corn and stuff like that. It's like so it's like
I mean,
I guess you can't rule it out,
maybe
but
some of it, especially maybe during like that week when like there was all these like crazy sightings and maybe just had some like bored kids that
Yeah.
were like, yeah, let's carve this thing up and we're gonna go over to, you know, Crazy Bill's house and we're gonna stomp
Yeah.
hoof prints all over his fence.
we're gonna
Like,
dress our friend up like the Jersey Devil, throw him out of a tree.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you never know. Just kids being kids.
Yeah, and of course, with any good cryptid story, he's made his way into pop culture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Have to.
And our most famous would be the New Jersey Devils hockey team.
Absolutely.
In 1982, New Jersey names their hockey team after the cryptid.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And their their logo, like the actual letter,
It's like the forked
tail.
tail.
It's like the forked tails. Yep.
The Jersey Devil was also featured on an episode of The X-Files.
Ooh.
He inspired a few indie horror films like The Last Broadcast from 1998 and The 13th Child from 2002.
Whoa, I've never heard of either of those. We should watch them.
I know. There's also a video game called The Wolf Among Us, which was inspired by the Jersey Devil.
Ooh. I love a horror survival game.
And this one you're going to love. The Pine Barrens was featured in an episode of The Sopranos.
Yes, it was.
Yes, and there are even Reddit theories claiming that the Jersey Devil was following Paulie and Christopher around the Pine Barrens in that episode, confusing them and distorting their perception and sense of direction as they tried to escape. Okay, so this Reddit thread came from August_West_1990. Titled Theory, the Jersey Devil is following Paulie and Chrissy in the Pine Barrens. Don't tell me you never pondered this. Pine Barrens is said to be the home of the mythical Jersey Devil. In the episode Pine Barrens, everyone is permanently affected by a series of chaotic events. Paulie and Chrissy botch the pickup from the Russian. This in turn forces Tony to be involved, which forces him to neglect Gloria, setting the course of the events of the next episode. Bobby even winds up involved. Think about it. Things are never the same after Pine Barrens. It creates paranoia and distrust around Paulie, who reveals himself to be dishonest, impulsive, and totally inept. Neither Chris nor Tony ever fully put faith in him again. Gloria and Tony, a seemingly stable affair on the surface, implodes in magnificent fashion. The one person who makes it all right? Bobby, the warmest and most convivial. Have you heard that word before?
No, I have not.
Of them all. Tony sees that Bobby is resourceful and reliable, building their relationship over the next few seasons. The role of the supernatural in the show has never been disputed. It exists and often in ominous fashion. Paulie especially is prone to this, the medium, the Virgin Mary. The role, the devil, or a demon is to sow doubt, discord, and chaos, all of which pops up in the episode. The Jersey Devil is for sure stalking Paulie and Chrissy. That's why they're not sure if they killed the Russian. The Jersey Devil is whipping around, distorting their perception and sense of direction. Bobby, the only character in the episode who doesn't F up, represents salvation, but it's only one momentary salvation. spare me the just continue the lithium. I happen to know you were high, etc. The lore of the Jersey Devil is relevant to Pine Barrens, and knowing about this actually makes the episode significantly eerier.
Huh.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's been a while since I watched the whole show.
Yeah.
So I'd have to like verify the theory that like everything kind of changes on the heels of
Right after
but
that
I do
episode.
remember that episode being chaos. Like
Yeah.
the interaction with the Russians like
Mm-hmm.
is way out of hand
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah, like Polly and Christopher literally being like lost in the woods, like in that car,
Yeah.
and kind of being like, are they ever going to make it out, or are they just going to get lost here and
And
that's the end of them?
I
Like,
do remember, and I don't know if it's that specific moment, but I do remember like in the beginning I was like, oh, Polly's like fun, like in the beginning of the show, and then like towards like the middle to the end I was like, Polly is so annoying and like is like very frustrating to watch sometimes.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, could have been all at the Pine Barrens episode that where like that was kind of like the catalyst for all of like the interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting theory.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love The Sopranos.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, the Jersey Devils kind of become like the identity of New Jersey.
Yeah.
And they fully embraced it, which is amazing.
Yeah,
I
like
love
that. Yeah, yeah, definitely. We love when a state embraces their cryptid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you not?
You have to.
You
got to
have
lean
to.
in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty cool. Like pretty cool. I kind of like that it's not like some like series of like violent attacks or anything along those lines. I just feel like in like the world of like the stuff that we talk about, that's always kind of the default, is that it's some kind of like a bashful monster that like like needs to be like stay away from it, it's dangerous. I'm not saying like go hang out with the Jersey Devil, but like we're kind of just talking about like an elusive cryptid that's been spotted a bunch of times. Like we don't really have any violent reports on. I mean, they say like that one animal was like the first like confirmed attack or whatever, but like outside of like animal and cattle attacks, which honestly could just be like a predator type animal like feeding. Like
it's a farm on the outskirts or in the midst of the Pine Barrens, which is a gigantic forest.
Nobody bats an eye when like a bear takes down another animal, like a wolf, or like a coyote,
like raiding chicken coops. Like I'm pretty sure foxes are known to be able to do that. Like they can slip under.
When we built our chicken coop, they I was like, was like, how like seriously do I have to like think about like predator protection? And they were like showing me like how to put locks and stuff on like the egg box and the doors, because they were like, raccoons know how to open them. Like they'll literally come in, open them, and they'll climb in.
Yeah. And I don't think they're like attacking the chickens, but they're like steal the food, right? Probably.
Yeah.
And like the eggs.
Yeah.
But foxes for sure will go into chicken coops and
100% wreak havoc. Yeah
absolutely. Yeah, it's just stuff like that without actually seeing something, or I don't know, like weird reports of like a certain type of mutilation, kind of like we saw with Skinwalker Ranch. Like that clearly was not from a predator.
There's not like a lot of like hard sighting reports in this one. Like in a lot of the other stuff that we've talked about, like with cryptids or ghosts or like things like that, you have like a lot of like hard activity. Like someone's got a story, they saw it, they encountered it, like here's the whole thing. You kind of just have like people being like, I saw it. It was just kind of like flying across the sky, and then I couldn't see it anymore. I mean, you have like the naval captain that said he shot it, but like still like not like a real like long-standing interaction. It was like, I saw it in the sky, I shot it with a cannonball, it seemed to go right through it, and then it was gone.
Right. Didn't even attack him after he shot at it.
Right.
Like
yeah. Super interesting.
Yeah. So what do we think? The Jersey Devil, is he real? Is the Mother Leeds story real?
To be honest, I don't know. Like there's like enough convincing sighting stories, especially that week where it was kind of seen like all over the place, that would lead me to believe that like there's something out there that people are seeing in a 1.5 million acre like wildland. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something roaming around, like using it as a place to like hide and
Yeah,
stay secluded.
absolutely.
The Mother Leeds story, I don't know. I
Yeah.
definitely don't know that I believe that like a human baby like turned into the devil right in
Mm-hmm.
front of her eyes and flew out the chimney.
Yeah.
I think it's like a cool piece of folklore. Like I love an urban legend, so like more power to you.
Yeah.
Like I like the story. But no, I think if anything, we have some kind of like unidentified like animal
Mm-hmm.
species out there. Not saying like it's not the Jersey Devil and what people have seen. When I say like, like cryptozoology is like a real studied
Oh
field.
yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's something that we have like haven't identified. We've coined it the Jersey
Mm-hmm.
Devil, and
Yeah.
like that's what's out there. But like I think with the lack of like malicious reports or any like real like strange phenomenon
Mm-hmm.
like surrounding it, um,
Yeah.
like the stuff about like we saw, it's seen before tragedy. I believe so much in like the confirmation bias of like that kind of stuff. Like
Right.
I
And
think
if
people will connect dots wherever they can if they want
yeah, and
to.
I was thinking about it, like the one like piece of information, so like before wars, and I was like, well, what wars are we talking about? And
Right.
I mean,
With the War of
there was
1812.
the War of 1812, and then like the Civil War started in like the 1860s. So there are those two things, but it's like those things would have happened regardless.
Yeah.
I truly believe, before the Jersey
Yeah,
Devil, I mean,
the
the Civil
American
War didn't even
Revolution.
start
Yeah.
in the North, like that started in the South.
Yeah, the
So
Revolutionary War would have happened somewhere past the birth of the Jersey Devil.
yeah.
So, yeah, but like that stuff, like I said, it's like
That was already gonna
anybody.
happen. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that was influenced by a
No,
cryptid.
I
Yeah,
don't think so either. I think that stuff is typically people spinning tails to like just like kind
mhm,
of create patterns where there aren't
exactly.
any.
Mhm,
I would need to see some real convincing evidence to get on board with that.
mhm,
I think more so there's something strange living in the Pine Barrens, and people have definitely put their eyes on it. And
yeah.
I don't know that it's what's in that picture that Dave Black took. Like that's a very hilarious photo.
Yeah,
Maybe it was, I don't know, but
maybe it's a baby devil. You
yeah,
never know.
I think where I stand is something's out there. We can call it the Jersey Devil. That's totally
Yeah,
cool. But I don't think we know like how many,
yeah.
if anything. Like especially in
Mhm.
that week in 1909, like the week the
Right, what
devil
if it
took over.
wasn't just one?
Right,
What if it was multiple?
right. Or maybe it
Yeah,
could have been like if it was like. I know I do feel like if this is the case, you would see it happen more often. But if
mhm,
it was like a breeding season
yeah,
and it was like a bunch of, because like people were saying like reports like 3 to 4 feet tall, I feel like that's very small
yeah,
for, but like it's like if there were like a bunch of like like yearlings or something like that, like
mhm,
running around,
yeah,
then maybe.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I kind of agree. And I think like the Lenape lore is kind of the most like credible here. Like if that's true, whether it was like a spirit or even just like a cryptid that was, back in that time when they were there, I think that's like way more believable than like the Mother Leeds story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like that like it goes all the way back to like the Lenape tribe and like them like seeing like their like dragon creature. I like your idea that like could have been just like a spiritual
Mm-hmm.
like being that like eventually like found a vessel or something along those
Right.
lines. That's kind of a cool thought. Um but yeah, I think it's like a fun story. I think
For
it's
sure.
a good one. It's a super famous cryptid. And I was just kind of fascinated at like, you hear so much about the Jersey Devil because I think you also just see people investigating the Pine Barrens, like not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
investigating the Jersey Devil specifically.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like there's a lot of lore around
Mm-hmm.
it, but when you really dig into like the strictly Jersey Devil like stories and sightings, it's like there is a good amount of sightings, but like kind of like a surprising amount of like not a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a bad way. You shouldn't be out there attacking
No.
people or anything like
Right,
that.
which
But
is, I am glad that
yeah.
there's not a lot of, deaths and attacks from the Jersey Devil, but
Yes. Yep.
yeah, kind of, setting aside the week of terror, yeah, just kind of seems like, he's minding his own business,
Yeah, he's just out there
doing
living.
his own thing.
Living in the pines.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else for the people tonight?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, folks, then you know what that means. The last thing you need to do is follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify at the Séance Parlor Pod.
Have you had a paranormal experience or creepy encounter of your own? We want to know.
So go ahead and leave that information in the comments down below, or go ahead and send us an email at the seanceparlorpod@gmail.com.
And we may even feature one of your stories in a future episode.
That's it for tonight, folks. The parlor is closed. We'll see you next time.